Welcome to True Crime Shadows, where the darkest secrets of history whisper with deadly echoes that chill your blood. Tonight, we journey to Tokyo, where a night-stalking monster in December 2000 slashed a defenseless family to pieces with its deadly blade and vanished. December 2000, Tokyo drowned in the icy, breathless nights with a deathly silence. The Setagaya district, once seeming peaceful and quiet, stood on the brink of a catastrophe that would etch its name into the annals of crime forever. Tokyo's narrow, dark alleys, under the assault of a demonic breath, transformed into a dance floor of death. Every sound, every movement seemed to herald a horrific crime that tore the city's heart apart. The Miyazawa house, a modest structure in the heart of Setagaya with weathered walls and a shattered window, became a death trap. The family, who had fallen asleep on that frigid night, had no inkling that death approached with silent steps. A vile creature wielding a sharp, gleaming blade lurked in the night's darkness, plunging Tokyo into an eternal nightmare. Yasuko Miyazawa, the mother of the family, perished with eyes full of terror under the merciless blows of a deadly blade. She was the first victim, her scream shattering Tokyo's silence forever. A crimson stream of Yasuko's blood spread across the wooden floor, staining the walls with the hue of death. This gruesome sight drew the police into a crime scene that grew into an endless nightmare the more they investigated. Mikino, the father, raised his arms in a futile defense against the killer's blade, only to collapse with a muffled groan beside his wife. The house's walls bore witness to this horrific crime, etched with his final struggle. The killer's blade, glistening with fresh blood with every drop, told the tale of a crime meticulously and ruthlessly planned. Each strike was like the signature of a deranged mind that reveled in the act of killing. Niina, the 8-year-old daughter, fell victim in her tiny room, clutching a shattered doll. A stark reminder that the killer spared no mercy for the innocent. Ray, the 6-year-old son, drew his last breaths on his small bed. A scarlet footprint etched into the ground guided the police to an open window, the sole escape route of a killer who finished his carnage with chilling composure and melted into the night. The killer, his face still smeared with the victim's blood, taunted the scene by eating ice cream taken from the family's fridge. This act, driven not by hunger, but by a perverse delight in slaughter, deepened the horror. The half-eaten ice cream, tainted with crimson streaks of blood, lay abandoned on the table beside the bodies. The killer, with a towering, menacing shadow, retreated down Tokyo's dark alleys, as if the night itself had swallowed him whole. The lingering question haunted all. Who was this fiend, and why did he target this family? These walls still echo with the anguished cries of its victims. Who was the Miyazawa killer? This question, like a devastating storm, scrambled the minds of detectives and citizens alike. Each suspect harbored a dark tale and a deadly secret that lured the police deeper into a web of enigmas. A footprint belonging to a local youth caught the police's eye. He lived near the Miyazawa home and had a history steeped in rage, yet without evidence, his guilt remained merely a suspicion. A migrant worker, whose clothes were stained with blood, faced intense police scrutiny during interrogation. He claimed innocence, but his contradictory past fueled doubts that lingered in the detectives' minds. A passenger on the metro, carrying a suitcase that reeked of death, became a suspect. He was seen at the Setagaya station on the night of the crime, but when police pursued him, he had vanished. A foreigner with shaking hands was interrogated at the metro station. His DNA matched some clues, but his identity and motives remained shrouded in a veil of mystery. The true killer, with a cold, menacing smile, stood apart from the suspects, as if the night had consumed him. He was farther than they imagined, yet closer to the heart of the crime than anyone suspected. Weeks after the crime, a letter arrived at the police station, scrawled in blood. "I am still alive. Wait for me." This message hinted that the killer still prowled Tokyo, his reign of terror unfinished. A burnt, misshapen doll was discovered in an alley near the Miyazawa house, emitting a stench of death and blood. Some believed it was a message from the killer, a warning of another crime looming on the horizon. A strange footprint, resembling a cryptic symbol like a bloody eye, was etched on the Miyazawa house wall. This mark seemed a taunt from the killer, signaling the start of a new, sinister game. A witness claimed to have seen a masked man digging the ground near the Miyazawa house at midnight, as if burying a deadly secret that might unlock his identity. An old wooden box, smeared with bloodstains, was found near the house. The killer stood beside the box with a chilling, sinister grin, as if savoring the game he played with the police. The night, with its impenetrable darkness, buried this new enigma and kept Tokyo in a grip of fear. May 20th, 2025, Tokyo sank once more into a thick, suffocating fog. After 25 years, the terror thought to be forgotten returned to Setagaya with a deadly force more ferocious than ever. A new house in Setagaya, with a shattered window and trembling walls, became the stage for a crime eerily similar to the Miyazawa murders. Was this a recurring nightmare or a sinister echo? The new victim, a young man, lay drowned in blood with a knife plunged deep into his chest. The method, executed with the same precision and ruthlessness as the Miyazawa killings, screamed the killer's unmistakable signature. A mysterious video reached the police. A man in a black mask, with a voice colder than death, laughed and declared, "I have returned. I will drench Tokyo in blood again." This relic suggested that the Miyazawa killer, or someone mimicking him, had resurfaced. Was this the same Miyazawa killer, back to hunt after 25 years, or a mad imitator recreating his atrocities? He was still alive, and Tokyo remained his hunting ground. This silhouette, forged from death and madness, proved that the Miyazawa nightmare had never truly ended. The unidentified DNA, like a sharp blade, sliced through the detectives' minds. This clue, left from the 2000 crime, offered no answers and only deepened the enigmas surrounding the case. The police, fueled by anger and despair, sifted through the data repeatedly, only to hit dead ends. Each clue, instead of revealing the truth, posed a new question, prolonging the Miyazawa nightmare. The Tokyo map, adorned with bloodstains, revealed no trace of the killer. With cunning and madness, he evaded every footprint, leaving Setagaya in an eternal state of dread. The opened wooden box revealed a strange, ancient bone, perhaps belonging to another victim. This discovery hinted that the Miyazawa killer might have committed more atrocities than anyone knew. The broken lock on the Miyazawa house, marked with bloodstains, sealed the killer's secret forever. Winter 2000 began with a horrific crime. Tokyo, scarred by that night's wounds, still breathes in fear, its alleys whispering tales of death that refuse to fade. The killer's knife, rusted and crusted with dried blood, lay abandoned in the alley, narrating a tale of crime that has seized Tokyo in its relentless grip forever. The killer, with his madness, had triumphed, holding Tokyo captive in his nightmare. The Miyazawa house, overtaken by cold winds and the night's moans, transformed into a graveyard of secrets. These walls still harbor the echoes of the victims' cries, never to be forgotten. Tokyo's sky, shrouded in heavy, dark clouds, remained forever dimmed by the Miyazawa killer's secret. This city will never escape the nightmare of that fateful night. The night grows darker, and the house fades into the shadows. The blood-stained knife, the last relic of terror, lies buried in darkness. Yet unanswered questions still resonate through Tokyo. Who was the Miyazawa killer? Where did he flee? This story remains forever unfinished.